if you overly identify with the spiritual journey or spirituality, it will have you doing things that you don't even really want to do. You think you just have to do it because you're spiritual. Like not going out, not having a drink every so often, or feeling like you can't eat meat, or, enjoy different things in life. It'll steal your joy in that way. It'll make you think that you have to be on this endless cycle of healing when you really don't have to be. Like, you can still enjoy your life, you can still have fun. You don't have to get sucked into the hamster wheel of healing, because that's literally all it is. You never stop healing, so you might as well have fun while you do it. If you're one of those ones, like I was, that constantly let how much you grew let you have access to whatever, then that's toxic. That's a toxic relationship with spirituality. And your spiritual journey is supposed to be just that, a journey. It's not something that you identify with. You are you. Your journey is your journey. When you can separate yourself from the two, then things just really become that much more clear. Okay, the journey becomes that much more simple. Now, I was one of those ones that overly identified with spirituality. I was always willing to learn. I was in this constant state of like learning and healing, and oh, I got to get this, this demon off, this bad habit, this whatever, this person. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, like I've cleared out the bad, and now it's time for me to enjoy right now. But all and throughout that process, I was like, oh, well, I can't eat meat now because I know that this is happening or whatever is happening. And I'm like, you know what? After I was vegan for so long, I like I'm a foodie. So like being very, very limited to what I can eat was not enjoyable for me. Like, I like to eat good and I don't mind eating meat, but I took my spirituality or the things that I've learned to the extreme. I can go organic, I can go fresh. I don't have to necessarily go vegan if that's not what I want to do. Like, I took it to the extreme. Also, with like drinking or whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like, I'm spiritual. And I'm like, you know what? Like, why not? I mean, not saying that that's the only way to enjoy yourself, but if that's something that you enjoy to do, if you're out with friends and you're like, oh, you know, unless it's truly who you are, not because of whatever, but like, don't feel bad for having a drink. Don't feel bad for smoking weed or something. Like, don't feel bad for eating meat, a cheeseburger. Like, don't feel bad for that. you know, you can do whatever you want with this experience. It's tailored to you. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing, because ultimately you want to be happy. And that's what I was. Like, I was like, why did I even start this spiritual journey? Like, I don't feel very happy with it. Like, I was kind of happier doing things on my own terms. And when I stopped looking at it as me being on this journey and I have to like abide by these rules or whatever, because we grew up thinking that there's rules to everything, when really, when it comes down to your own life, there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. And when I started realizing that I really could just do whatever I wanted, is when things changed. Is when I stopped looking at my spiritual journey and I'm looking at the journey now, instead of me walking on the journey, making sure I don't step on any, like I'm walking on eggshells or something. But like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to see what the journey is, and I'm over here creating my own, like, as I go. So like, if you can think of it that way, it makes this journey so much more simple and just so much more easy to like navigate, because I think that we overcomplicate things. Like, I overcompensated for the things that I was learning when I should have just, well, honestly, I'm glad that I did overcompensate, because it really took me back to where I was really originally supposed to be anyway. So like, that's why I say all roads point to north. It doesn't matter which decision you make, you're going to end up where you're supposed to end up. You're going to be who you're supposed to be. You're going to do whatever you're supposed to do. It may be this way or the other, just depending on how everything aligns and what you align with, and the choices that other people make. So, don't get so caught up on making the right choice. Don't get so caught up on making sure, oh, am I doing this right? There's no like blueprint. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Now, I share my journey because these are the things that's helped me progress and you know get stop overly identifying with the journey. And I just want to share them with you, and you can tailor it to however you want. Like, I'm literally just giving you what no one gave me, and something that I wish that I would have had. Like, I wish there was a channel like mine when I was coming up, because I feel like a lot of those spirituality channels are like fear mongering, or just a lot of information that just makes you, it's like too much, and I just don't be liking that. Like, let's just live. Can we just live? Do we have to like overanalyze everything? Do we have to be these huge conspiracy theorists? Like, yeah, I'm sure there are some conspiracies, but I'm not going to like, I don't feel like it's my part to dedicate my life to knowing all of that stuff. There's only certain things that we should be knowing, and I feel like for me, that's not one of the things. And if this is not one of the things that you should be knowing, then that's great too. Like, we're all just here doing our part. So just figure out what your part is and do that. Don't overly identify with your spiritual journey, because it's literally just a journey. Like, don't put it on a pedestal. When we put things on a pedestal, we give it so much power, and we end up powerless. I gave my spiritual journey so much power over me to create my experience when I was the one creating my experience. It was me the whole time, and I'm letting just whatever outside of me create this experience for me, and I wasn't happy ultimately. So I say all that to say, your spiritual journey is over here, but you're walking literally right beside it. But while you're walking beside it, you're creating something that's beautiful for yourself. And whoever you meet along the journey, like, they go so far, and then they do whatever they do, or you do whatever you do, and that's literally okay. Like, just detaching from the journey, period. Like, that's just really what this video is about, detaching. Because when we overly attach, we overcompensate, and then we ultimately feel depleted, we feel resentful, we feel like we're not in alignment, we feel like just not happy. And you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to be that way about something that's ultimately helping you grow and become the best version of yourself. You should just be stepping into the next version of yourself. In that space where you don't have really much going on, it's the time for you to be creating whatever it is that you want to experience. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Like, there are people that I'm listening to that are like me, that share information like me, but they're doing their part, and what their part is helping me. Like, it's just a domino effect. So it's like, I listen to people that I get information from that resonate with me, that I apply to my life, and that's literally just how I do it. It's fun to me. It's fun, but like, I don't make it a job. I don't overcompensate in areas that just don't matter, when it comes down to this journey or this mission that I'm on or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm mindful, but like, I'm not overcompensating, and it just feels so much better. I feel like I have more energy to pour into other things. I have more energy to pour into me, because I'm not overcompensating for one thing that is not even my path, so I was just out here thinking about that, and I'm just so glad that I'm in this space now. And I pray that you get there too, if you're not. And if you're there, hey girl. But I pray that you receive this message well. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I am creating a more concrete 6-week course right now. I'm revising it, and I will have it out soon. I'm so excited about it. But in the meantime, if you do want to sign up, I can put you at a date, where we can meet and see if we're a good fit to work together, and just go from there. If you are one of those ones who know what you're doing, you're one of those girlies that's like, doing the damn thing, and you just need to get over a hump, then I also have one-on-one guidance calls that are a one-time session where we talk and I give you intuitive advice on how you can move forward. So if you're interested in any of that, hit me in my email that I'm going to put in the description box, or you can DM me on my Instagram. And also follow me on my Instagram because I post more of my life on Instagram, just more fun stuff and just more of me. So if you want to get to know me on that type of level, then follow me on Instagram. That I'm going to also put in my description box. And yeah, that's it. I pray that you guys have the most amazing day ever, and I will see you on the next one.